Vampire Diaries has some of the most messed up and morally reprehensible characters in all of fiction, and I'm gonna prove decisively in this video that pretty much most of the characters of the main cast deserve to burn in hell. They deserve to burn in hell, alright? Especially when it comes to one specific ability that's constantly used and abused throughout the entirety of the show and no one talks about it, yet everyone knows about it. Everyone who's a Vampire Diaries fan does not want to admit this, the harsh truth about the fucking show. Now, I don't kill the messenger. I'm just doing my duty as a cinema vigilante. I like Vampire Diaries. I'm gonna admit it. I do like aspects of Vampire Diaries, okay? Especially the first 3 seasons. The first 3 seasons are where the show is at its most fun. Where the show, in my opinion, is also most self-aware. When the characters aren't complete and utter fucking trash. That's my belief. Now, it has this typical CW problems. It's got CW writing, sappy love triangle drama. Magic is constantly used as a loophole to get characters out of plot problems. It's a convenience tool for the writers. And that's very, very lazy writing the way magic and witches are used in the show. It's pathetic and stupid, and the same thing happens on originals. And it's all because of one producer/writer, who I will not mention in this video for risk of defamation, but she knows who she is. And I'm gonna make an entire video dedicated to how she destroyed and aborted the potential of the original show. Vampire Diaries went to shit after the first 4 seasons. I don't remember at all what happens after Silas. The Silas storyline, the doppelganger of Stefan, who's the first immortal. Like, how many fucking first immortals are there in this goddamn lore? Vampire Diaries has given me some stuff that I like. Alaric is one of my favorite characters in the show. I really like that character. He's a very likable guy, cool, badass vampire hunter dude. I love Alaric. I love Catherine. She's so fucking hot. And she's a great character. Much better than her doppelganger counterpart, which I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna get to that little in a second too. It gave me the originals. The first immortal vampires. I love these characters. Alright? I love Klaus Michelson especially. He's one of my favorite vampire hybrid. He is my favorite vampire hybrid character of all time. He's the GOAT. He's one of my top. He's in like my top 10, top 5 characters in fiction, to be honest. I love this character. I love the way Joseph Morgan played him. Excellent. Excellent. The first 3 seasons of originals are goated. I don't give a fuck. For a CW show, they were awesome. But there are some things that need to be addressed because the show has some problematic aspects to it. Alright? Let's not act like dumbasses here. ELENA Gilbert is one of the most terribly written female protagonists of the 21st century. Right? She's shit. She's shit. Nina Dobrev plays her very well. And ELENA Gilbert's a very attractive woman. Nina Dobrev is a very attractive woman. This chick is a crybaby dumbass who is a lying hypocrite. Not only is she annoying because she's literally one of these characters who's choosing between 2 brothers, banging 2 brothers at the same time, and girls love this kind of stuff, right? This teenage drama bullshit. But guys find female characters like this very, very annoying. But that's not the worst part of ELENA. In fact, I could actually be okay with that, alright? Because, okay, at least she has chemistry with those 2. She's a morally righteous hypocrite, constantly lecturing characters like Damon about being a better man and surpassing his violent vampiric nature, right? Constantly, the show's trying to make her seem like she's in the right, all right? She's the center of all things. She committed a homicide. She has killed 6 people in the show that we know of, but this is the most egregious act and no one ever calls her out for it. I mentioned this when I list all the worst female characters in fiction, okay? But it needs to be said again. Jesse was a newly turned vampire, I believe in season 5. Okay? This poor guy didn't know what was happening to him, and I'm pretty sure he got injected with an enhanced serum that made him a stronger vampire, okay? So there was a struggle where he basically was going after Damon, trying to kill him, right? And instead of snapping his neck, which ELENA could have done because she had the drop on him, she stakes him and literally murders him, causing beef between her and Caroline because he was pretty much Caroline's boyfriend at this point. Almost, anyways. ELENA was like, no, what do you mean? I had to save Damon. I had to save Damon. She committed a homicide, and she didn't need to. It was the most egregious. It wasn't even needed. It didn't need to happen. I'm also not convinced that Damon couldn't take this dude. Damon has ripped the hearts out of hybrids. Oh, you think Jesse's gonna stand a chance against this dude if Damon actually fucking tries? I get it, Damon was struggling badly, but that's because Damon was a lovesick puppy little at this point. And the show was doing its damnedest to make him weak as hell. But still, this is the most unjustified killing of all time. She cries and says, oh, no, I had to do it. I'm in the right. She's looking at Caroline like she's done nothing wrong. Pathetic, all right? The show, I would have no problem with this if the show wasn't desperately trying to make us believe she's an angel. Because you would think, okay, this is part of her arc where she's descending into darkness and they do capture aspects of that, but they never go through with it because they don't have the balls to make these characters as dark and even unlikable times as they should be, logically. Because they want to play it safe. Dumbasses. Catherine is better than Elena. Because Catherine has done way worse shit, okay? No one can objectively doubt that. But at least Catherine doesn't act like she's a morally righteous goddess. Even though the show tries to make you feel bad for Catherine at the point of her death, she's not trying to pretend she's something she isn't. Like, unlike Elena, who uses crocodile tears to get her way every single fucking time. Catherine's way better than Elena. She's way hotter. She's so hot. Let's talk about these two fuckers. These two are degenerate punks. They are pathetic people, okay? I get it. Girls love this show. Low stakes CW drama with good looking people in it. I get it. Damon is a dream guy for all girls watching, all right? Girls just love to look at this dude, all right? I understand it. I know I have had arguments with girls over the show, right? And I've enjoyed watching it with them. But whenever I watch this shit, there's something called compulsion. A power that vampires use to basically get their way with people. Basically, it's mind control. You can make a person do whatever you want. Vampires do this to humans a lot, and it's fucked up. But whenever I'm watching an episode and this happens, especially when Damon's doing it to a female and making her do whatever he wants, and a lot of it's sexual, I literally look over to some of these people watching, some of these girls, and I'm like, you know this is sexual assault, right? Damon Salvatore is an R word. I can't say the word because I'll be demonized. He's an R worder. He R words people. That's what this is. And they're like, no, what are you talking about? It's not. Are you stupid? That's not the same thing. Think about it. Compulsion takes away free will from the person. You're basically a slave, right? There's no consent there. And Damon's, in many cases, compelling girls to like sleep with him and be his romantic partner. Like, this is Epstein level shit. But he looks good. Damon's a good looking man, so we're gonna let it fly. This is worse than anything Epstein did, to be honest, if you really look at Damon's entire history. Nobody does, though, because, oh, he's a hot dude. Woo, we love him. Bro, do you know what compulsion is? It's serial molestation and slavery, not to mention trafficking. You don't even want me to get into what the original vampires have been doing. Literally selling and buying compelled staff members and servants to bleed themselves dry. This is slavery of the highest order. It's fucked. Morally, it's fucked. No one cares. The fans are like, no, Damon's so cool. He's such a good guy, such a good boyfriend to Elena. He's a serial molester. All right? Girls go crazy on me when I say this. They're like, no, you're wrong. You just hate Damon. You just hate Damon. This is you're projecting, Zaffy. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Compulsion is sexual assault. When you're compelling the person to bang you, which Damon does. Here. He did it with Vicky. He compelled Vicky to do way worse things, by the way. But he did it to Vicky, all right? Keep in mind, though, Vicky goes to hell at the end of the show, I'm pretty sure. At some point, she goes to hell. All these other terrible, morally reprehensible characters don't go to hell. Some of them end up in heaven. Fucked up, isn't it? That's the moral standing of the writers of the show. Pathetic idiots. Damon compelled a reporter named Andy to be his girlfriend. To fuck him in bathtubs, to give him blood. He basically bit her and compelled her to act like nothing was happening. He compelled her to sleep with him for months. And the show tries to make us feel bad for Damon because Stefan literally kills her, compels her to jump off something, like a balcony or something. Damon feels really bad and sad about this because he's lonely now again, and the audience is supposed to feel bad for him after he just R-worded this girl for weeks, and now, oh, his victim's dead, and he can't. Oh, he actually kind of liked the victim that he was sexually assaulting over and over. Well, am I supposed to feel bad for this dumb fuck? This guy's going to Elena's birthday party, sad and bewildered, like, oh, I'm so alone. My R-word victim just died. Fuck off. We're supposed to pity him. I would have no problem with this if the show leaned in and had the balls to say, yeah, that's who Damon is. He's a fucked up dude. But no, they decide to, oh, we're going to make him a lovesick puppy who deserves redemption with Elena, and we're going to give him a half-assed redemption arc. Go fuck yourself. When he's sad, he lays down in the middle of the road waiting for cars, unsuspecting drivers to come through and be like, oh, are you okay? And then he bleeds them out dry. this is the guy we're dealing with. Oh, but he's so good looking and he's such a good boyfriend to ELENA. We need to use IQ. Yes, at times, stuff like this is good for the story, I understand. Damon's meant to be a flawed, pathetic character, but the show wants him to be a god. Let's talk about this guy. The righteous brother. The good brother. The guy who hasn't lost his shit. You know Stefan has done worse stuff than Damon, arguably. Stefan Salvatore was Jack the Ripper. He was a serial killer known as the Ripper for like the entirety of the 20s and 30s, I'm pretty sure. Him and Klaus were killing people together. And then he went full serial killer mode and started ripping people into pieces. He would rip bodies, human bodies to pieces, and then place them back and have them sit on couches so that their family members could walk in on them. He was the devil. He was the devil. And the show says, oh, well, he's drinking only animal blood now, or he doesn't drink blood at all, and he's going to high school for some reason and surrounding himself by even more beautiful girls. Bro, this makes no sense. Makes no sense. Edward Cullen shit. If the show simply leaned in and said, yeah, they are who they are, and they can try to redeem themselves, but they never truly can because of all the blood on their hands. If they pulled a Walter White, or some shit like that, or a Jax Teller, it would be fine. But they don't. They wuss out. The problem here is, this is ultimately a high school drama, melodrama, soap opera, masquerading as a badass vampire werewolf show. That's what it is. So you have two conflicting problems here. You have the problem of terrible people and the dream, whimsical fantasy of high school. Like, think about it. The teenage drama is used to cover up all the fucked up, morally reprehensible stuff so that the audience can sleep at night. All right? A lot of shows do this, by the way, not just this, but you have literally genocides happening in this town. People are getting murdered left and right. There's 1,000-year immortal wars happening. People are getting blown the fuck up. And we're supposed to care about Caroline crying about her prom dress and what she's going to wear to prom and have the perfect prom date. Like, these are two conflicting tones. It's a CW show, so I get it. It's stupid. But it's used to cover up morally pathetic beings. Caroline, by the way, I don't understand why people don't mention this, because I get it. People love Klaus and Caroline, but I want to mention something. So Caroline was with a guy named Tyler. Now, Tyler's a werewolf, turned hybrid later. Tyler, I don't really care for this dude. I think he's kind of pathetic, to be honest, and he's not really that likable. But I do feel for him, because Klaus kills his mother, because Tyler basically tried to jump Klaus with a bunch of his hybrids. So Klaus straight up offs his mother. It's one of the most brutal moments in the show, and I actually really love this scene. But Caroline, her way of reacting to this is, yes, she feels bad for Tyler, and she's like, bad boy, Klaus, bad boy. But a couple episodes later, this chick straight up sleeps with Klaus in the forest. She bangs him. And Tyler finds out about this and gets mad, and Caroline gets mad at him back. Like, why are you accusing me? We're no longer together and all this stuff. And this is what I don't get. All right? This is really fucked up what Caroline did. Because yes, while you were no longer with Tyler the moment you were sleeping with Klaus, a lot of people will say, oh, there are weird defenses of some of these characters' decisions, okay? First of all, Caroline, whatever she did was like fucked up, all right? The defense of these characters that I see is, oh, well, she wasn't cheating because she wasn't with Tyler, so her banging Klaus was okay. Cheating is not the issue here. She was dating this man, very close to him, loved him, blah, blah, blah. Yes, they broke up. His mother got killed by the dude who's been causing harm to all of you and your friends for years. And a couple episodes later, you're fucking that dude. And when your ex-boyfriend confronts you about it, like, why would you do that? You just be combative? Like, Caroline is pathetic in this. Like, what? I don't understand why people defend this woman, right? Damon. A lot of guys and girls both say, oh, well, it's okay. Damon could have gotten, them anyway, so it didn't matter if he compelled them or not to be with him. He could have got him like this. It's Damon, for God's sakes. That doesn't not make it sexual assault. In fact, that makes it more pathetic. If you could have done it without compelling them, why didn't you? No, he's a fucking abuser. That's why. He uses compulsion like a fucking drug. Oh, she's been through so much. She's so hot. Okay, the second point I can agree with. I can get on board with that. But the first one, she's been through so much. Bro, I don't care what you've been through. That doesn't give you the right to commit homicide and then pretend you're a good person. The worst part about this is they all get happy endings. They all get happy endings. They don't deserve them. I don't believe for a fact they deserve them. And I get it. I'm ruining. I don't want to be this guy, right? I don't want to ruin the fantasies of the people watching the show, but let's just open our eyes. This is fucked up. They all deserve to. Most of these people in this, maybe not Bonnie and Matt, because they've been through real shit, but these other people deserve to burn in hell. All right? It's the same thing with the originals. Klaus at the end of the show asked Elijah, "Am I redeemed, brother?" Before dying. I'm like, you're not redeemed. This rings so hollow to me because you've done nothing. Everything you've done to be said redeemed has been selfish. I don't care if you saved someone that was part of your family. That doesn't redeem 1,000 years of bullshit. The writing is terrible. The writing is terrible when it comes to this. They don't understand morals on the show, okay? They should all burn and roast in hell. These two, they're not as bad or egregious. They're just annoying. 10 years, you're sentenced by me to 10 years in the labyrinth with the Cenobites. Let them have fun with you while they're there. Let them chain you up and do whatever they want. Yeah, that's where you two deserve to burn. These two idiots, I sentence you to 2 eternities in the Event Horizon Warp. Watch your mind molest the fuck out of you. You won't need eyes where you're going. You're about to witness the worst version of hell ever, right? The originals. Oh man, I'm gonna make a whole video on them. I love that show, by the way. I really love originals before it went to dog shit in the last 2 seasons. But I need to address some characters on that show. All the ladies who love Damon Salvatore and will defend his actions because he's good looking, I plead with you, if you want a guy with a similar personality who's a Chad who's good looking, just go to Dean Winchester from Supernatural. He's much better than Damon, all right? He's a much better character, okay? He's just morally way better. Go to Dean Winchester, right? That's who the ladies should go for. If you want to know a real badass vampire werewolf drama with characters that aren't as morally reprehensible, and if they are, they get botched like they should, watch my video on Underworld over here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.